Hey there, this is Abhishek. Today, I'm going to discuss something about user onboarding. Uh, I spoke to a bunch of people, who have been using a lot of app marketing, and a bunch of them had this problem. They have a lot of users signing up on their app, which is a classical problem, but they don't have enough number of people actually taking the first business action. So it's typically a classic activation problem. Now, when I ask them further questions, right? For example, the first question that you would typically ask when your initial users are not taking an action is what kind of audience sources do they come from, right? Do they come from organic? Do they come from paid ads? Do they come from referrals? Or do they come from some other sources? Second cut is what kind of users are you acquiring? What's their age? What's their city? What kind of devices do they use? Do you have any more data? Do you get certain social logins through which you can understand what behaviors or what interest levels do they have? That's second. So first we understood what is the source. Second is what are the user properties. And third is what is the difference between users who are taking the first action and the users who are not taking that first activation action, right? So these three core pointers, if you can understand why are these users not taking and what are the steps that they are not taking, you could drill down into total of three buckets, right? So first is people who are installing and not signing up. So even not giving an OTP. Second step is people who are signing up, exploring the app, but not say, let's assume that add to cart, right? Like let's assume it's an e-commerce app on a transaction app. So they're not doing a addition of card. And the third people is people who are doing the addition of card, but they're not actually purchasing your product, right? Now, you would treat all these three users very differently, right? You would understand, okay, what is the perceived value for these users for your mobile app, right? Typically, how I would recommend going for this approach is focusing on what is that one thing that they came onto the app for, right? And this can be revealed by having a lot of user conversations, right? Like talk to your users who have taken that action, who have taken that activation action, and people who have not taken that action, and try to understand, what was their opinion before, actually, logging into the app, and did that particular perceived value or opinion or the thing that they were looking for was actually fulfilled by your app. And when it not, if it's not being fulfilled, that means there is a missing link, and that's what you need to address. So my 2 cents from this particular video: first, try to understand your users who are getting onto your app. Second, try to understand what kind of perceived value they do come for. Third, try to understand what is the difference between people who are taking that action and people who are not taking that action, so that you understand your users better, and this will give you the approach to understand how do you solve the activation problem. Hope this video helps you out in some or the other way and you could apply it. We are also doing a GrowthX bootcamp this October. If you think you want to learn more about how do you acquire users, how do you do onboarding, which we discussed today, how do you engage and retain users, how do you monetize them, and how do you do all this while scaling your growth volumes, then GrowthX Bootcamp might be the right fit for you. I will drop the link below. You can go check out the bootcamp. If you think it's a fit for you, go ahead and make that decision. We're really looking forward to hosting you there. Take care. Bye-bye.